Hey everyone, Aja here from Garden Days. The cold weather is coming. Actually, yesterday we had a huge dump of snow, but it did eventually all melt away. It was very beautiful. I'm glad it didn't last but more than a day, because today I want to try to get these plants planted in the ground, because we're supposed to get, I think in a week, a whole string of really cold weather down to freezing. So I want these to be in the ground before then. It was just sunny 10 minutes ago and the clouds moved in. I'm not complaining because rain is always good. And the ground should be easier to dig into today since we got snow and it all melted into the ground. I've got 2 fruit trees I want to plant, and there are 2 boxwoods, this Arborvitae here, and I have 2 sedum tucked in the back there. There's a spot right here. I think I'll put the pear tree. I think that looks nice. I really hope that pear does well because I love pears. This one's probably going to be the easiest. Over in this bed here, I already have a stone fruit tree. This is a peach, a nectarine, and a cherry. So I think this nectarine would be nice right on the other side of this bush. Yeah, I think that'll look good. So we'll go ahead and put this here. Right there. Let me get the Arborvitae. I think I'm going to put it here. And right here is where the Arborvitae is going to go. I already had something right there. So it'll be easy to place that there. And maybe I'll do the sedums right here somewhere. Maybe on the other side. Do one there, one there. I wanted an evergreen feature right here anyways because most of the stuff is deciduous besides the salt bush. And I like the 2 sedum right here. Need to get more stuff for right there, but we'll figure that out next season. I might put a boxwood there and a boxwood here. Yeah, that would look good. Definitely. Oh my God, these things are so heavy. Heavy, heavy. Okay. So, one's gonna go over here. Ooh. Well, that's a big sucker. Where? Maybe I should actually move these somewhere else and put the boxwood in there. Oh. Yeah, that'll work. Perfect. Okay. And this one can go over here. Right there. Perfect. And I think I'll just put these 2 here. Yeah, that'll look nice. So it was drizzling, but it's starting to get harder now. We got all the plants in but the sedum, which are easy and they're very hardy plants, so I think they'll be fine in the pots. They survived the 31 degrees, so they should be fine. And here is where the pear tree went. Looks good. It was kind of leaning. I got it as straight as possible, but it's still leaning that way. It's a pretty crooked tree. And then one boxwood here, the other boxwood there. We've got the Arborvitae, and this one is the emerald green. It's gonna be pretty once it gets bigger and add some nice green texture into here. And shows you the boxwood. Last but not least is the nectarine. And I tried to get it to lean out this way. I guess I could have done it this way and it could have swooped over the pathway. But you know what? It's fine. I think it'll look nice, and plus that kind of fencing gives it support until it gets established. I like it. I think it's gonna look good once it gets filled out. That goes the same with this area. Things just need to be able to get established, and once they do, I think this area is gonna look really, really good. So I think next season I'm going to focus on planting more established plants, because I liked the boxwoods. They give you more of an instant impact, and I think they look great. So, but I know sometimes they say it's best to start with smaller plants because then they get established, and the smaller plants will catch up to the bigger plants usually, but I'm okay with that. I still like the way it looks. It was good to get these plants in. I was scared that we were gonna get so cold and they would die. So I'm glad that everything is in the ground besides the sedum, and I'll get those in the ground here tomorrow or the next day. Good morning. It is the next day, and it's actually turned out to be a decent day. I don't believe we're supposed to get any snow or rain. It's not forecasted, so that's a good thing. And what few clouds we have should clear up and we should get some sun. Actually, I think the sun's getting ready to peek out. Awesome. That'll feel lovely. So I showed you where Jeff and I got all the plants in except the sedum. And the next thing that I want to work on today is getting everything on drip irrigation. Now, I already worked on these two here, so they are done. Here I put emitters, and there I put the drip tubing in a circle. And over here, I have to rework this. Now, this line there's a single line that goes through here, but I want to tee in and put a line that goes on the outer bed and then come back in. I think that'll work better, and I can get emitters directly to the plants. There are emitters, but there's 1/4 inch tubing coming from this line over here to the plants, and I think it'll be better if I just have a line that goes this way and back in. And I think I am going to use, I have a coupling here that has the 4 little nozzles on it. I'm going to use those and then put in the drip tubing around those bushes. And then get these sedum planted, but I'm not sure if I want them here or not. So I'll have to think about that. But for the rest of them, they'll just have emitters. Now on this end of the bed, we had the rubber tubing that we finished this off with, but the problem with that is that you can't plug in emitters to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this line and put in the plastic hose so I can just put emitters straight onto the line. So yeah, let's get started. It shouldn't take too long, especially since I already have these 2 done. I just have to get all my supplies together first. Okay. Ugh, I still need to clean up this mess. Need you. And one more. Need you. And actually, you know, I'll get one more. Okay, so I think that's that. One more thing is the 1/2 inch tubing. I forget where the heck I put it. I worked on my little Japanese garden last time. Oh, I remember where it is. I bought new tubing and I never took it out. I forgot I used all the rest of it. Okay. Oh, that reminds me I have bulbs to get planted too. But bulbs can be planted whenever. I can do that right before I leave. Because as long as the ground isn't frozen. Okay, and that should be all I need for this. Oh, I need to get all these dead leaves off or trim this back a little bit. That's why it was on sale for $5, but I'm okay with that. It should bounce back. And I'm not sure if I ever showed the damage on this. One of the branches went dead. I don't even think it's completely dead. It's just its leaves died. Anyways, I can trim that off after we're done. All right, the job is complete, and I think this is going to work a lot better. It's definitely better than having to add those little sectors in with the 4 prongs. I can just add it right into the line, and definitely easier to add the plants in. I added in the hard plastic line here and teed it in right there, and put 2 drip emitters there. What I do for my fruit trees is add 2 1-gallon emitters. I could just do 1 2-gallon emitter, but I like how they're spaced out. I think the water gets distributed more even. And here's just the drip tubing that I added to these 3. But here's where I teed in that line there, and it went around to this garden bed. So yeah, it'll definitely be easier to add plants and just pop in an emitter. I already showed you this garden bed here. All right, well, that is done, but I have one more thing that I want to get done. In the wintertime, I do from time to time get rabbits that want to browse on my newly planted trees. So I put a cage around them, just like I did for this flavor top nectarine. Oh, it's confused. It has its next year's buds, but some of them are really starting to open. Huh. Not yet. So I need to go ahead and get some of these around the trees. First one I want to get protected is this Austrian pine. It's the pine trees that I find that the rabbits want to nibble on more so than any of the other ones. But I did get some rabbit browsing on one of my apple trees, and it did end up killing it, which is unfortunate. It was one of my first ones that we planted, so that was sad. Okay, that'll do. Now with this crab apple here, it has its plastic sheathing, so I won't do this one. I have left these over winter, and they have protected the trees. The rabbits don't seem to want to chew through the plastic. So I think that'll work for that one. All right, next. I have another pine right there, and these are the next 2 trees that I want to protect. This one here is a maple, and I don't know if they will bother this, but just in case, I would hate to lose it. I've been wanting a maple on the property for a while, so let's give it a fighting chance. Oh no, don't break. Probably should have got a little bigger of one. Kind of trying to reuse the ones I have. Okay. Go, go, go. Yay! Perfect. Oh, that was a struggle. Okay. Let's get this one. It's usually the bottom of the trees that I have to worry about with the rabbits. We don't really get any deer in here, thankfully. There are pronghorn, but they seem to stay away from the properties. They like to graze in the grasslands out front. What there is of grass. Well, actually, there's a lot of grass around here. Okay. That should help keep the bunnies out. And I'm going to go back around and stake these in too. I have some garden stakes I can use, just like these. Now, some of them I haven't staked and I haven't had any issue, but I thought I'd just give it that extra measure. Okay, I think that'll work. Next is my almond tree. This should be easy because the branches are long. Yes, perfect. Whoop, up. Don't let go just yet. All right. Okay. Oh, get in there. Oh my God. I think this one was the most difficult. Whoa. And I thought it was going to be the easiest because the way the branches were, but they want to jab up into this chicken wire. Messy. That's just messy. Okay. Ugh. That was annoying. So here I have a deodorant cedar, and I didn't think that rabbits would like this tree, but they do. They love it because it used to have limbs that came down to here, and all of those have been chewed up. We got jackrabbits. They're as big as Moo Moo or even bigger, so they can reach pretty high. So I just want to protect, oh God, maybe this one's not big enough. Let's see, the limbs on this one at least are more flexible. There we go. It's like a Christmas tree. Oh, well, I just don't want them to chew on the lower bark there, so that should help. Well, I think that's gonna wrap it up for this video. Now that I've got all that done, I still do have to put up a few things, but mostly everything has been put up. But I wanna thank y'all for hanging out with me here at Garden Days, and I hope to see you again. If you wanna check out more videos, they'll be right over here. Or if you wanna subscribe, if you haven't already, it'll be right there. Bye for now, y'all. Mwah. What are you doing in the garden, huh? You sniffing around, peeing on stuff?